More Dahnan ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here?
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands. What is this?
Coming through! On your knees!
Lightning condemned!
This one's
Stay calm!
Field.
I shall provide assistance!
I'll heal you
Sleep
all.
now! This one's mine!
A
Healing
on
guard!
Divine Savior!
Look sharp!
Pick up fire!
I've got
My
it!
God.
Let a marksman handle it!
Begin! All yours! Elusive deity!
Look sharp!
Rotating
Field!
pile driver!
I'll heal you all!
Elusive deity!
Divine Savior!
Rotating pile driver!
And just like that, I'm back in
Negative
Start by
gate.
holding the...
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare to Malisher!
There! And again!
Switch to
I'm all stopped up! Blaze!
Tornado drive!
Take it! Into the... Shadow!
Everlasting darkness! Negative gate!
Lightning condemnation!
Elusive deity!
Light up the door!
Rotating pile driver!
Is there no way out?
Power
Crescent moon!
Elusive deity! Tornado drive!
Glacial spear! Going in!
Pierce evil!
Elusive deity!
Lord
Can you
of the
take it?
Top I'll heal you
On
all!
guard!
Up and
Elusive
let's
deity!
go! Healing circle!
This debt shall not be
Look sharp!
forgotten.
Dream!
You're helping me as become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
How is it now? Resonate with the earth!
Going in!
Stalagmite!
In here! Annihilation!
Begin!
Get on in there together!
Elusive deity!
On guard!
Whoa, hey!
On
One at
guard.
a time! Dance in the
Rotating
wind!
pile driver!
Air thrust! Annihilation! Magna ray! Searing
I'll face
flame!
you.
Reload!
Rotating pile
Here's a
driver!
healing rush!
Tornado drive!
Fade shield! Sleep now! You're more
going
going
in.
Here!
Take this!
That took more energy than I expected.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here. Quite literally.
So Mahag Saar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So still a house, in a sense. Just for a god. What's that big tower over there?
think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
I'm okay, guys.
I won't forgive you!
Lightning condemned!
Into everlasting
Sleep now.
Negative
Radiant here!
On
In
your
here!
knees.
They're surrounding us!
Radiant
Magic
here!
is there!
This one's
Divine save! Not on mine! Ready!
Tiger Blade! I'm out of
Pesky
ammo.
airborne scoundrels.
That
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Dance in the wind!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Elusive deity.
Burning strike!
Rotating pile driver.
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Something special!
This one's mine!
This one's mine!
Do it! The tide of battle has turned in our favor.
Then let's keep pressing the attack!
Indeed, but remain ever vigilant.
I'll heal you! Raging cascades!
Guardian Field! I'm ready to go!
And just like that,
I'm back in it!
start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Radiant Crescendo!
Elusive
Tiger
deity.
Blade! Thunder! Mega Ray!
Raging cascades! Annihilation! Here! Flame of fury!
Rotating pile driver.
I'm on a roll!
You are dependable as ever.
I'm counting on you just as much.
I'll endeavor not to let you down.
You're feistier than you look.
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic, but fair.
Lightning condemned! Sealed!
Begin.
Sleep now!
Mine.
I'll be saving this one!
Healing Circle! Mine.
Blah blah blah!
Your helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
Annihilation! Lightning
one's
condemned!
mine.
Thunderblade!
deity. Rotating
Razor
pile driver.
cyclone!
Gemini Aqua!
Everyone's still in one piece?
your knees. Don't worry,
Sleep now.
I've got plenty to go around.
I never miss! Illume magic is am! First aid! I'll be saving this one! A
Flying spree! Why can't they just sit still?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
wrong fight.
Now you've gone and ticked me off. Going in.
Do it! Sleep now.
Xion,
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Field!
Tiger Blade.
Art expert coming through! Into the shadows!
an astral arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
Magic is am! Divine savior! Let the marksman handle this!
I'll smash you!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And probably take this!
Lightning can freeze Lancer! Thunder
Resonate with the
Lightning
earth.
condemned!
Stalagmite.
Where are you
Forgive
going?
me.
Lightning
This is my
condemned!
fault.
In here! Here! Illume magic is in! Field! Reload! More for the stockpile! Blah 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 magic! Divine savior! Raging cascade!
With the earth.
Radiant! Here! Raging cyclone! Reload!
I'm out of ammo. Back into the fray.
Resonate with the earth.
Failure's not an option! I'm on a roll!
Stalagmite.
Let the marksman
Your power is a spectacle to
Thunderblade!
behold.
Raging I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
Still, it's a part of you. Embrace it.
Friend! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Looks like some solid equipment.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad place to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks freaking delicious too!
Who said anything about eating them?
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
That was quite the little adventure we went on. Discourteous, aren't you?
Here you got company. It's over. Mega ray. Annihilation.
Sleep now.
Look sharp.
One more!
Going in!
Divine savior.
This one's mine!
You've got fire!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours!
Annihilation.
Sleep now.
Get on in there with the others. Blah blah blah. Magic. Divine savior.
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that. Sleep
Another
now.
incantation ruined.
Blah blah blah. Sealed.
Light.
Get on in there with the others.
Fantastic!
Now my clothes are lightning to death. In here. This will come in handy. In here.
Their arts were interrupted!
Magic is it. You get the gist. Divine savior. Art expert coming through. Here's a healing art.
Guardian Shield!
What would we ever do without you, Kisara?
You've got a whole team to rely on.
Yeah, well, maybe apart from one individual.
You're stronger than any Renan soldier I've ever met.
They don't just let anybody have a place in the Royal Guard.
Indeed. So I see.
Make it rain!
Raging casting.
Hey! Blow them away!
Opted for an intricately crafted weapon as usual.
It is beautiful in both function and form.
You're gonna hate when it gets scratched.
Did anybody see that?
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Menancia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Dahnan to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Here's evil.
Can you take it?
Freeze Lancer.
Benediction light.
Here I go.
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Plenty left.
Here's a
You
healing
picked the
art.
wrong fight!
First aid.
Maelstrom.
Tiger Blade. Flame of Fury. Burning Strike.
This one's mine!
Can you take it?
Enjoy.
I'll heal you all. I'm
Here.
sorry.
Circle.
Forgive me. This is my
I'll
aim.
bring you back from death to
Can you
this!
take it? It's in your hands
I'll
now.
bring you back from
This
death
one's
to this!
mine. Tiger Blade.
I'll heal you all.
How about this?
Enjoy.
Thunderblade.
Look sharp.
I'll bring you back from
Dance in
death!
the wind.
I'll bring you
one's
back
all
from
mine.
death! I'll bring you back from death
Sleep
to
now.
this!
More for the stockpile. Blah 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 magic.
Sleep now!
Healing guts.
Pathetic.
I owe you one for that.
All disasters
Take
made.
this.
Can only rely on myself.
All disasters
Switch
made
course.
one. Come forth. Here goes. Reload. Maelstrom.
I'm unstoppable.
Annihilation.
Can you take it?
Dance in the wind. Annihilation.
Crescent
Here,
moon.
let me help. You get the gist.
I'll face you.
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Where
Where
you
you go?
Imbue this vanquish.
Glacial fire.
Fall.
I'll bring you back from death to this!
Resonate with the earth.
I don't have much
Take
left.
Beckett into everlasting darkness. Negative
Here's a healing
danger.
art.
Shield
Let me have the wind. First aid.
This
Here.
debt shall not be forgotten.
Sighted. Whoa. Only
Fire.
get into the dark. Here goes. Annihilation.
Show me your strength.
Thunderblade. Lightning. Downfall.
Glacial fire.
Elusive
Ready.
deity.
Into
Rotating
the
pile
shadows.
driver.
Sealed.
This is some punishment.
Now come on. You have to hold on.
Lightning.
Die.
More where that came from.
Enjoy.
Magna Ray. Back into the fray. Magna Ray.
Here.
Radiant Pierce. Puddle. Searing Flame. Reload. Razor Cyclone. Sighted. Graviton Field.
Fall.
What the weak.
If it's
One
in
more.
the sky,
Take
it's
this.
mine! This one's mine!
Die.
Not today!
Dance in the wind. Seal.
Meteor.
Downfall. In here.
Take this.
Get on in there with the others. Downfall.
I'll smash you!
Enjoy.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Dahnans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Dahnan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Dahnans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Dahnans and Renins, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Dahnans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renins here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renin astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.